Looks like it's streaming. Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
I can see the template.
Okay, good. Alrighty, perfect. Looks like. All right, looks like we are back on, everybody.
Thanks, Michelle. I don't know how you figured that all out.
I don't either.
Michelle, did you want me to start the recording yet, or have they actually come back yet?
I don't think they've come back yet.
Okay.
I gave Ryan the information to call, so he's not on yet, but and then Debbie, you just want to click the unmute on the Zoom app for you to be back on this. She just texted me.
Michelle, if we're not live with Ryan ready to go yet, I would pull down the YouTube video if you can.
Okay. Can I pause it? Let's see. All right. I think oh, whoops. Okay. I guess I should have. It's going to be 3 parts if I stop it, Ben. Sorry.
I think you can go to a full screen now.
Can you see me? Can you see my yeah, you can see the template. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ben, if I stop the YouTube, it'll have to be 3 parts at this point. I don't know if that's a problem or not.
Lisa's having a good day. It's good to see.
Her voice is still dragging.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah, did you get my thing?
Where am I hopping on here?
I gave you the phone call.
Respond.
Yeah, and then there's the template, so. I mean, if wherever you want to be, I need to be able to hear.
Okay, no, sorry, I was going back to work.
That's okay.
All right, I'm back on here.
Okay, thanks. Try to make sure. Oh.
For anybody watching, hopefully we'll be pros at this by the next meeting.
Yeah.
Working out the kinks.
I don't know why it's like my screen is like going in and out on the YouTube.
I see the template,
Okay.
and then I have the video of Lisa and I on the right-hand side.
Okay.
Yep, I see it too.
I don't see Bill. I only see Lisa and myself.
I shut off my video. I just thought it might help.
Oh, okay, okay.
Help with some of the problems. So I can turn it on anytime.
All right. Ryan, can you hear us?
Yep.
Okay. All right, we're all on.
All right.
Hear you.
Okay. We ready to go?
Yes.
All right. I make the motion to return to regular session.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
trustee Trumbull,
Yes.
Yes.
trustee Trujillo.
Yes.
Okay, next on the agenda, well, actually, before we do that, we did have an agenda change that got missed. Under old business B, we need to add approval of administrator contract.
And also, I'm not sure if he's left yet. I know Ben has to go to another meeting.
I'm actually in training this week. Mandatory training for the federal government. So I have about 5 minutes here before I have to depart. So Lisa Kraft, you may want to note that in the notes there that I depart at 1:20 or at 11:20.
Got it.
All right, so next on the agenda, we have the approval of minutes. These are the recordings for the trustee meeting, March 16th, 2020, and our special meeting, March 20th, 2020. Do we
No
have any
questions.
questions? I make the motion to approve resolution 20-168, approving the electronic record of the proceedings from the March 16th, 2020 meeting.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
trustee Trumbull,
Yes.
trustee Trujillo.
Yes.
I make the motion to approve resolution 20-169 in the matter of approving the electronic record of the proceedings from a special board meeting held March 20th, 2020.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
trustee Trumbull,
Yes.
trustee Toronto.
Yes.
All right, our next item on the agenda is our zoning report. I'll turn that over to Ms. Bonnie.
Okay, great. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. I do have the zoning report displayed on the screen. Coming up is Thursday, April 16th at 6 p.m. We'll have two applications for the BZA. One is a variance application for construction of a monument sign and within Oak Creek East, and the second application is two monument signs over at Meadows at Lewis Center that'll be heard. Following that is we will be having, this week we'll be having our virtual public open house meeting for the US 23 Overlay District this Thursday, April 9th at 6 p.m. And then we'll have Zoning Commission on Tuesday, April 14th at 7 p.m. To hear application number zone-19-07 for the Nova Lands PC District where the old hot tub store is. So hopefully we should be wrapping that application up soon. And the last item we have two more. Zoning Commission for Tuesday, April 21st at 7 p.m. It'll be the first hearing on application number zone-20-01. That is a new multifamily district proposed adjacent to the North Farms subdivision, and that'll be known as the Reserves at North Farms. And lastly, on Tuesday, May 19th at 7 p.m., I am hoping we can wrap up application number zone-19-02 for the Turkey Hill signage amendment. And that's all I have. We have a date to be determined for the zoning diagnostics review given the current circumstances. And Ryan, if I may, I'd like to continue on with the second agenda item.
Yes, please.
So I just wanted to let the board know for transparency that we are planning on using Zoom for our zoning commission and BZA hearings. It'll be a similar process to how we're working now. So the Zoom will be linked to YouTube Live, and people, we will be sending out notices with the Zoom link specifically, because we do tend to have quite the involvement in our zoning commission meetings. Myself and Jeff will be the hosts of those meetings, and making sure that if there is public comment, we'll be able to we'll ask them to submit that in the via chat room, and then unmute the public when ready for the comments to be discussed. So I just wanted to let the board know that we are working with legal on that. We updated our legal notices to explain that we're using electronic means during this pandemic, and we'll see how it goes. But it looks like I said, it's going to be pretty similar to how we function now. There'll just be more invitations sent out specifically to residents that are next to the applications or next to the subject area, so they can be part of the Zoom meeting. And I don't know if anyone has any questions or comments on that. Oh, that's all I had then.
Great. Thank you.
Mhm.
That takes us to Mr. Cowan. Looks like we don't have any updates for maintenance, but we do have for parks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just real quick about maintenance. The guys have been working every day. Aaron's done a wonderful job with seeing that the social distancing requirements have been followed. So, really pleased. We were concerned up front, but seems to be working out pretty well. So we haven't had any issues there. I just want to thank Aaron for his hard work in keeping that together. Parks report, I do have 5-6 items on the agenda. One is the first. Now all I have in front of me is the, oh, Michelle, you put that on the screen. Thank you. Can you put up the other item? Is that the, yes, okay. So I have discussion and possible action regarding rejection of pool management bids. I don't know if you need any more explanation about that. I think I've explained it a few times. I'd be happy to do it again if you have questions. And I also have discussion of possible action regarding advertising or re-advertising and rebidding of the pool bids. I have on the agenda discussion of possible action regarding park signage and rebranding. Those quotes were sent to me not too long ago, but I just wanted to share them with you and show you what I have. Also have discussion and possible action regarding the North Orange Park and Glen Oak Park sidewalk improvement project. There is a link furnished on the web on your, or I'm sorry, with the backup material. It's the one that says OneDrive. I know Michelle had a little bit difficulty opening that. I think I shared that all with you earlier though, before the backup information came out. And in that link are the construction drawings for 2 projects. Glen Oak Sidewalk Project, which was started by Mr. Bodnar early last year, and the North Orange Park ADA accessible playground improvements, which was also started last year. So working with Brooks Vogel, we decided to roll both projects into one bid document, although they are both separate projects, but one bid document just to help us secure a better bid price for all the concrete work that's going to be necessary. We feel pretty confident that's going to be the case by doing that. Also forward you the most recent pond proposals that I received for your consideration and discussion. Those are from S&ME Engineering, which was recommended last year to me by another company. So I've had a chance to take a look at that. If you have any questions, I know these haven't been vetted yet by Attorney Betts. I just received this most recent version, I think Thursday or Friday of last week. So if you do want to move forward with these, I would certainly be sending these up to Attorney Betts to review. They do attach an agreement with this document, but it may or may not apply. But the important part is the first few pages, which explain the work that they're proposing to do at each site.
So I noticed the proposal, it didn't actually include the dredging itself.
No, right now, there are two proposals, the Orange Township Hall Pond and the North Orange Park Pond. Neither one have prices for any of that specific type of work. These are just proposals to go out, investigate the site, and determine, for instance, the Orange Township Hall Pond, they would make a recommendation of whether or not it would be best just to let it, to turn it into a wetland
I see, okay.
or to dredge it out.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, and the proposal for North Orange Park, if accepted by the board, would allow them to go in and actually do design drawings and all that engineering work to do the dredging. So,
I would like, I did see some issues with the contract. So I would like to send, I want to move forward with the project. I'd like to see that contracts get to Prosecutor Betts to review. If Ryan, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
that'd be good. I'll go ahead and forward those two agreements to him for review and recommendations. And maybe I'll have those hopefully prepared for the next meeting for further consideration. That's great.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you for your questions. I appreciate it. Lastly, on my list for Parks Report, I have a purchase order for Rec Desk LLC. The amount is $3,900, and that's for the annual subscription. We use Rec Desk extensively for the swimming pool, pool passes now, and concession stand and lots of different things. So keep that rolling. Otherwise, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to try and answer them.
All right, well, thank you.
You're
I'll
welcome.
go through the resolutions. I make the motion to approve resolution 20-170 to reject all bids received, open and read, to reject all bids and to authorize the Board of Trustees to reject all bids received for the North Orange Park Aquatic Center regarding the 3-year combined contract for operation and management agreement due to none of the received bids met the minimum insurance requirements.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles. All right, he's gone. Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
I make the motion to approve resolution 20-171, approving a request for rebids for a 3-year combined contract for operation and management of the Orange Township swimming pool and swimming pool concession stand.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles, Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
I make the motion to approve resolution 20-172, approving estimates, bid documents, and advertisement of bidding for North Orange Park Playground and improvements and Glen Oak sidewalk installation.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles, Trustee Toronto.
Yes, and I just want to point out that we'll be getting equipment for special needs at these parks. Bill and Brooks from Porta found some really fun playground equipment. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Pretty excited to see this happen and for Bill moving this along.
Thank you for your support. It's much appreciated.
And I make the motion to approve resolution 20-173 to authorize the issuance of purchase order to Rec Desk in the amount of $3,900 for the software annual maintenance contract.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gowan.
Oh, thank you very much.
That takes us to public safety report. Chief Noble.
Good morning. Three items under public safety. The first one is to accept resignation from longtime part-time firefighter paramedic James Kasser. He's been with the department for 27 years. I can't say how much this resignation is regretfully accepting, I think is the term to use there. I would ask that the board regretfully accept his resignation, and part of that resolution is also because of his longtime service with Orange Township Fire Department, 27 years, that he be allowed to retain his badge and helmet. So we have that on the agenda. The next item, as you are aware, we've had shingle damage, roof damage at Station 361, located on Gooding Boulevard. We had notified the insurance company. They sent an adjuster out. We've received that report. And as you noticed on that report, they're offering 68,000. I was gonna pull it up. I think Michelle's working on doing that too. A total of $68,000 and some change. They've already provided us with a check for $42,428.18. And then we are in the process of getting estimates. The sooner that we get the roof replaced, the additional funds, the difference, what they call the depreciation cost of the other 20,000 and some change, we'll get more of that back the sooner we get the roof replaced. So like I said, we're in the process of getting quotes to do the roof. We're looking at replacing the shingles with a metal roof this time. And we're looking at the cost between a standing seam and a metal roof that looks like shingles. And so once we get all those cost estimates in, we'll provide those to the board for your final approval. Today, I'm asking you to accept, pass a resolution to accept the adjuster's report and the check that they've already sent. The third and final item is accepting the Battelle agreement. We jumped on Battelle's program to disinfect and clean PPE, especially the N95 masks. So we need an agreement to move forward with that. That agreement was sent to you. I'm asking you to pass a resolution today allowing me to move forward with that. I would also ask, I didn't do this previously because I wasn't sure trustee-wise who we would have at least close proximity to get signatures. I would ask that you authorize trustee Chair Ryan Rivers to sign on behalf of that agreement. And then I will also get fiscal officer Lisa Kraft's signature because we'll be expending funds per mask to clean that we need her signature. And then that agreement, by the way, has been through the prosecutor's office. Chris Betts fast-tracked it for me and okayed it. So, Mr. Chair, with that, those are the three items. I'll entertain any questions.
I just wanted to point out and thank the fire chief for being on the forefront of Battelle and the N95 masks, getting those sanitized, and you were on top of that before the state had really even heard about it. So I'm proud of you for that, and always being on the forefront of these endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I make the motion to approve resolution 20-174 to accept the resignation of part-time firefighter paramedic James Kasser.
And I'll second that. And thank you, firefighter Kaiser, for your long-term employment with Orange Township. You are definitely one of those firefighters that we will regret losing. And we certainly wish you the best.
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles.
All right, I make the motion to approve resolution 20-175 to accept Argonaut Insurance Company estimate and check dated March 24th, 2020 for claim TNT-015894 for roof damage at Fire Station 361.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles.
And I make the motion to approve resolution 20-176 authorizing execution of a master services agreement with Patel Memorial Institute regarding cleaning of fire department personal protective equipment as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles.
And then I make
Trustees,
the
thank
motion.
you.
Well, we got one more. I make the motion to authorize Chairman Ryan Rivers to sign the master services agreement with Patel Memorial Institute.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles.
All right, now I thank you.
Thank you, Chief Noble. Okay, next is the fiscal officer report. Ms. Kraft.
Thanks. Thanks everybody at the township. Has been so welcoming and helpful so far. I don't really have much on today other than some then and now purchase orders. We have one for Michael McCarthy for $12,530.90, and it's for legal services from January this year. Then we have a zoning diagnostic analysis with County Zoning for $10,250. This is for Michelle probably explain in more detail, but this is has started to get a blanket PO that will go under, but it's the timing with our appropriations. And then we have an invoice from Edge. It has February and March charges for a total of $12,500 of basic services. Which bill is approved. And then we have the another installment payment to Delaware County Finance Authority for $12,500.
Okay. I make the motion to approve resolution 20-177 to authorize the issuance of a then and now purchase order to Michael J. McCarthy.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles.
I make the motion to approve resolution 20-178 authorizing the issuance of a then and now purchase order to Calfee Strategic Solutions, LLC.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles.
I make the motion to approve resolution 20-179 authorizing the issuance of a then and now purchase order to the Edge Group.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles.
I make the motion to approve resolution 20-180 to authorize the issuance of a then and now purchase order to the Delaware County Finance Authority.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Kraft. And then for administrative report, looks like we have to accept resignation for our park worker. Mr. Cowan, do you have anything to add?
Amanda may have something as well, but it's for Brenda Tolley. Yeah, she just wasn't able to continue her job as she has done. She's done really a really good job. I think we all hate to see her go. She's really conscientious about her work, but we wish her all the best.
I did. I enjoyed her a lot. She was a lot of fun at the Christmas tree lighting ceremony. She did a great job.
Yeah, I agree.
Amanda, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, just that the resolution is for to accept the resolution or to accept the resignation of Ms. Tolley. Also on administrative report is accept the position description for the employment position of park worker spot labor. That position description had to be updated, not only with the new branding, fonts, colors, information, but also because Mr. Cowan is now here, so we needed to update the reporting structure for this position. So you'll see that noted in the updated position description, and also the resolution allows for us to go out and post for this position. I'm not sure if we'll be doing that right now, given everything with COVID-19. So I'll need to talk to Mr. Cowan and see what that looks like. And then the last thing on the agenda is the purchase order, and that's for CareWorks Comp, and that is to continue our participation for the group retro for BWC, and that gives us discounts.
Okay. All right, I make the motion to approve resolution 20-181 to accept resignation of a park worker, spot laborer Brenda Tooley.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Griswold.
I make the motion to approve resolution 20-182 to accept the position description for the employment position of parks worker / spot labor.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Griswold.
I make the motion to approve resolution 20-183 to authorize the issuance of a purchase order to CareWorks Comp.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Griswold.
Thank you.
All right, and that takes us to old business. We had discussed the cemetery fees, and I believe we're now looking at approving those. We're going to be working at be doing some updates, if that's correct.
That is correct. Leanne's working on that from home right now. But this is simply adding the exhumation fee, for
I don't think we had that fee in the past, so we're gonna add it. We actually are having trouble hearing you, Lisa. Your voice like drags out.
Yeah, big lag. Yeah.
Lisa, are you able to just like type in the chat room what you were going to say?
She called in on her phone.
She could, yeah.
Can everybody see the chat, or is it private?
I can just read it out loud,
Okay.
just in case. Okay, so Lisa just said in the text, I don't know, can you guys see this on the screen?
Yes.
Are you able to see the chat on the screen or no?
I started to, and then it went away when I hit something.
You want to take a 5-minute recess because she's gonna have to call roll for these remaining items. We can just have her call in.
Here, from Lisa to everyone, this is just adding the exhumation fee to the existing fee schedule. Leanne is working on updating existing fee. I believe we have a fee for the exhumation fee, Ryan,
Okay.
in the template.
I'll have Lisa call. Let me get that for her.
I'll tell you what, why don't we just call a quick 5-minute recess here, if that's okay? Then we can finish up the last of the meeting.
Okay,
Is that okay?
yes.
All right. So we're gonna take a quick 5-minute recess here and we'll be back.
Okay. I'm gonna mute everyone during this recess, so. I'll do that, yeah. All right, sounds good, Ryan. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm just gonna stay right here until we get this agreement, and then we'll finish it.
Okay, let me just see, make sure Lisa's working.
Here it is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. I can
Awesome.
hear you. Are you able to hear us okay?
I can.
Okay, so Lisa, just so to avoid echoing, make sure your Chromebook is muted. So we don't hear like you talking on that and on the phone.
Yep, it was already, I did that.
Okay,
Okay, back to, is everybody back?
we're still, just one more minute.
Okay, that's fine.
Sounds much better, Lisa.
Thanks, Bill. My monitor here at the Township Hall doesn't have a camera or a microphone, so I had to bring in my son's Chromebook and try to use that today.
No, sorry, the gal phone. No,
I just know that I need to show it.
this is here from the executive, we had some lots of good changes and, now I was able to get this completed.
Okay.
All right, so I'm calling back in.
Alrighty.
Are we recording?
Yeah. Yep, we're on.
All right, I make the motion to return to regular session.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles.
Okay, let's pick up where we left off here. Lisa, I think we got the very beginning, so if you want to go back and start where we were at with cemetery fees.
That's fine. We are only changing at this time, adding the exhumation fee for this. We will be revising. Leanne is currently calling other townships right now to benchmark our other costs. So we are simply just adding this additional fee to the current fee schedule.
Okay. All right, so I make the motion to approve resolution 20-184 to modify cemetery fees and to add the fee for exhumation.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles.
Okay, and that takes us to our next item. I am pleased to announce that we do have a contract agreement in place with Andrew King to be our township administrator. So I want to congratulate him and look forward to have a tentative start date. He's going to have to go through the different background requirements before his official start date. But we do have a contract in place that we are ready to move forward with and I believe approve. Trustee Toronto, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I'd like to welcome Administrator King, and hopefully we can get things moving forward for the township.
All right, well, I make the motion to approve resolution 20-189 to appoint and enter into an employment agreement with Andrew J. King to serve as the administrator for Orange Township, Delaware County, Ohio.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles.
All right, and our last item for the day is discussion and possible action regarding the Facebook administrator.
Yeah, I added that. We wanted to add another trustee to be able to have access to Facebook, say late at night or on the weekends if something should come up. The pandemic has kind of brought some of that to the forefront. And currently, Nancy and I had a little bit of trouble finding some past resolutions, but it was Amanda Sheetram, I believe Chief Noble, and Nancy Fay. We did have a resolution in place making them administrators on Facebook. So I would like to add myself as an administrator so that I can make any necessary changes, updates, emergency notifications if the others are not available.
Trustee Toronto, are you revising the policy from September 14th or because that lists out everybody that we have for the social media policy?
So I guess we would revise it and add me. And then you would need to change that again as the board changes, I guess.
So do you want me to update this and bring it back to the next meeting since this policy hasn't been updated? Or are you wanting to do it now because the policy hasn't been updated yet?
Well, why don't we add me now as an administrator and then let's update the policy at the next meeting. I know that you've attended a lot of classes and so forth, so you probably have a better idea of what that should look like.
Has there been problems in the past where stuff has been missed? I was not made aware that we've had any Facebook issues of things being missed.
No, but I know that there's been some weekend things that that Mr. Rivers wanted to add on. So I think just by making one of us an administrator and we can't get a hold of you, we have that ability to post.
Okay. I know I did talk to Trustee Rivers about that, his recommendation. It didn't meet the qualifications of the Facebook policy. It was outside of the guidelines. So if something is outside of that, per the policy, we're unable to post it.
So let's look at that policy also.
Right.
Yeah, and I think this goes beyond social media. We want to make sure that we have whoever's leading in a role, that there's a backup. You know, no one should be on something 24/7 on call, of course. So I think this is something that, you know, we look at as far as the township, maybe with our new administrator, just making sure it makes sense, and that you know, if we need access or have someone that's available, you know, like I said, we can't expect someone to be available 24/7. So I think it is important that we always have a backup or two for any of our functions at township.
Maybe we want to do that, add the new administrator as an administrator instead of a trustee.
Well, like I said, we did have backups. We had 5 listed. So if that's something that you haven't been able to get hold of me or the other people, I was not made, like I said, I've not been made aware that anybody hasn't been able to get a hold of me or something hasn't been posted. People have brought stuff to my attention, but it doesn't meet the social media policy, the guideline, which was approved back in 2014. So if that's something that the board wishes to change, that's something we could look at. Obviously, this is something that was vetted out by the prosecutor's office. We have to be very careful about what we put on there. It's specifically related to Orange Township business and or content or stuff that's for public information relating to the township business. But if you want to add whoever on at the next meeting, whether it be Trustee Taranto or the new administrator, we'll definitely need to work with legal to update our policy.
Brian?
I mean, it's up to you. I'm fine with adding Trustee Taranto on as one of the administrators, but.
Well, it also has the Community Parks Board under the current policy. It also talks about economic development. Neither one of those boards exist anymore. So if you're only going to add in one name, it might be time to update the policy since some of those boards are no longer in existence.
Right, I mean, the policy's old. We definitely need to update that.
Yeah, I think we all agree the policy needs updated.
So how would you like to proceed then? Wait till the next meeting and have a updated policy and resolution in place because this will then have to go out on all the platforms and be posted everywhere as well.
Go ahead and do that and add the administrator as an additional for the next meeting.
And would you like to be added yourself or having the administrator in lieu of you?
I think the administrator in lieu of me.
Okay, I'll have to work with the prosecutor's office and we'll get something put together and add it to the next agenda.
Great, thank you.
I believe that takes care of all of our business for today. Does anyone have anything they'd like to add?
Chris, did we receive any questions through the email, just to make sure that we keep everything public?
Yeah, and I think with today, obviously we've had some technical glitches here, and this will obviously improve as we go. But we'll do our best to, if anyone has any questions, anything as far as the agenda related, I think we'll do our best to follow up with after the meeting from any of the residents. I don't know if we have received anything during the meeting or not.
I have not on my end, so.
I will double check if there was anything received. Myself or one of the trustees will be sure to follow up with any residents' questions or request. All right. Well, I'll make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
Trustee Rivers,
Yes.
Trustee Toronto,
Yes.
Trustee Grumbles.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a great Monday.
Good
I am
day.
You too.
going to end the live stream now.